What's up, y'all? Robin Lundberg back with you again. Really cool seeing the comment section filled up before the show even starts. I mean, that's part of what's really exciting and exhilarating about doing this and where I think this channel is headed is the community that we're building here. Because I put out a video yesterday we're going to piggyback off of, and the comment section is like, and to be real, you know, if I'm gonna pump myself up a little bit, and Kevin Zwicker, how do I say it? Unofficial official producer of the show. The video content, all of it gets comments. You know, like whatever we're putting out is getting people engaging with it, which is really cool. Which means people are interested in the discussion. Which means people are interacting and they're coming back. Thank you for that. If you want to join the WWR, make sure you do that. That's the membership for this show. I'm talking women's basketball, I'm talking wrestling, and I'm talking rap. My name's Robin. We've got some WWR members. There'll be special perks. You get your own emojis. You get your own, a badge. You also get early access to videos. That's started. And we're going to figure out some more cool stuff to add to that because I don't want it to just be, something. It's great that I'm getting the support, but I also want there to be value in it for you when you sign up. And when I put that video up, by the way, the early access applied to the video that I'm talking about that got all the comments because it was up for about almost a day before it went live to the public. And when it got as many comments as it did, I mean, it wasn't surprising to me. And that's in reaction to Caitlin Clark and the Fever coach, Christie Sides, the comments that Sides made after the game on, when did they play last? Thursday night, their last preseason game. Let me, just in case people haven't heard the comments, because I'm sure a lot of you have, let me play the comments for you or for anyone who hasn't heard so that they're properly informed when we get into this discussion. Here's what the coach of the Fever, Christie Sides, had to say after that game.
The first preseason game, 3 today. Is there a balance? What are you seeing that's kind of causing that? Is there a balance you'd like to see with that, or is that something you plan to address?
Yeah, I think she's used to some shots that she's taken in the last few years that are just those deep shots. And I don't know if there's times she comes off ball screens where she's open in that long 2 area, and we've got to get her comfortable taking that long 2. She's going to get looks. She's going to get open looks. She's got to figure out, like I gave her a rule the other day. She's got 0.5 seconds to make a decision. When she gets off the ball and she hits one of our high posts and somebody in the high post, she has a habit of hanging out and dancing. That's what she's done. It's these habits that we've got to break. She's got players around her now that she can get out. She can go screen, and the ball's going to get back to her. And that's what she hasn't had in the past. So that's what we've been trying to show her and explain to her.
Christie,
I don't really see what the problem with those comments was, to be honest. I saw a lot of backlash, and I get it. Nobody wants Caitlin Clark's green light taken away. I do not want Caitlin Clark's green light taken away. Okay? I don't want her game changed and all that. That sounded like constructive criticism from a coach. And not the first time it's happened, won't be the last time it's happened. And it's not like it doesn't happen in that forum in other places either. Like that's not like a new thing. It's, to say something like that in a press conference, it felt pretty innocuous to me. What she was really saying was, you got better teammates now. Your game will really unlock if you can hit those long 2s, if you can hit those mid-ranges. And I've said Clark's game is going to explode if she can get to the mid-range, if she can get the floater. And then, keep in motion. Keep in motion. Like Steph Curry. The hardest thing about guarding Steph Curry is when he's on the ball, he's deadly. When he's off the ball, he's deadly. And, when I talk about the comments section here, and I'm going to get to some of the comments in just a second, members will get their comments read first. Obviously, super chats will get their comments read first. But when I saw the comments, I just want to make sure I say this. Everybody is welcome here. Everybody. I don't care where you come from, who you are. You're welcome. You're welcome to have your opinion. All that's great. I would love to go back and forth with people. Let's just try to make sure we keep it I don't want to say a safe space because I don't want to be a snowflake. But, because you can go back and forth. I don't care if we really go at it. But keep it, you all know, pass the smell test, if you will. But, some of the Caitlin Clark fans, I even had one of them say, I'm going to unsubscribe because you insulted us. I didn't insult Caitlin Clark fans. I mean, Caitlin Clark fans are a huge reason this channel is thriving right now. I would never want to insult Caitlin Clark fans. I do think there is and this does not go for all the people who are supporting Caitlin Clark or following Caitlin Clark, but I do think there is a contingent of fans who were not basketball fans before. We're not Iowa fans necessarily before. We're certainly not WNBA fans before, but are Caitlin Clark fans. They're just Caitlin Clark fans. And that can skew your perception and judgment of things, right? Like LeBron James got called out in Game 7 by his coach in the NBA Finals. Phil Jackson made comments about his players after. Coaches have done that all the time. And I didn't see anything. I didn't take anything negative from what Side said. And where I would offer advice on being careful is you don't want to create toxicity around the team this early before they even played a game. Because it's one thing if she tells Clark to stop shooting threes off the dribble and all that stuff, and you don't see the same player you once saw. But the way I interpret that is we're taking that player that we saw and we're trying to make her better. And some of the reactions I saw, what was actually similar to me? Linsanity. It was Linsanity, because during Linsanity, and I was a big proponent of Linsanity, I covered that story. I was a supporter of Jeremy Lin, if you will. But I saw a lot of Lin fans who came in. Clearly, we're not basketball fans before. We're not Knicks fans. We're just Jeremy Lin fans. And they did a lot of the same stuff where everything was the coach's fault. Everything was another player's fault. Nothing was ever, and it was all like they're out to get Lin. And I just caution that that's not a good mind state to have toward Caitlin Clark. I wanted to continue this conversation, though, on this show because it was so popping over the weekend. Get your comments in, and then we're going to talk about the charter flight thing that happened today. Kevin Zwicker with the super chat. Hollywood Hulk Lundberg, WWR. Join the WWR. Taking memberships. AJ Schreiber. Let's go. Am I the only one who can't wait for the weekend to end so that I can watch another live episode of the Robin Lundberg Show? Yep, we've been going Monday through Thursday here live. We will do a watch party for the game tomorrow. I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? The way this channel's going, the topics that's been lining up, we'll do a watch party tomorrow. But also check it out every day in the weekend. I will get you something every day. 7 days a week. Something. If not more than one thing. By the end of the day, we'll probably have this live, a separate video, another video, and 3 shorts. So the content is coming. And if you like the other stuff that that is part of who I am and part of my personality, that's all going to be, peppered in there so you can snack on it. And we'll cover this on the main course. Notice how I switched out the ball to a WNBA ball. Alan Rogers says, I'm traveling in Portugal and waiting for the game to start. There you go. Mara, 8591. Robin, check this out. What is that? Oh, there's another comment there. Sorry, continue. This shows what the ticket concession thinks about the Aces home court in Las Vegas. Seats directly behind home team equals 750. Seats behind the Fever bench, 2,450. Thought you'd like that. Look, and I see this go. Of course, Caitlin Clark is getting the most attention, but you see it happening across the league, right? Like the Skims thing today. Asia Wilson's shoe deal over the weekend. Then you had the Skims launch today for the WNBA. You had here's appropriately enough Kim Kardashian. She I think she must have done the official launch for this video, but look at this. This was today.
I'm Candace Parker, Kelsey Plum, Skylar Diggins-Smith, Dejanay Carrington, Cameron Brink. If I had to describe myself in one word on the court, it would be menace.
So you get the point. And now, these ladies are obviously hoopers, but they're also being marketed in a more very overt up front, hey, we play good, we look good kind of way too, as you can see there. Jerma Loving says she's trying to expand her game. That's back to the commentary on the coach side. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I didn't take it as nothing. Like, people blew that out of proportion. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, you can't lose your mind over everything. When there's an actual problem with this, if it continues and it gets worse and I'm wrong, I'll admit it. But pump the brakes before they've even played a game. Brought to you by Polar Seltzer. Come on, Polar. You got to come through for me. Vatamoni, you have to look at how the coach is actually setting up her plays and how the team looks on offense. It looks ugly and embarrassing for people to see. They've never played together. What are you talking? I mean, they never played together. Calm down. The team cannot score a single point in the last 2 minutes on both games, and there's not any sense for that team to be so bad on offense. Again, relax. We'll be here for the watch party tomorrow night, right? Like David Spriggs. That is going to be lit in here. I can tell by the viewership numbers today. Tomorrow's going to be lit. And if there's a problem, if something goes wrong, we'll comment on it. We'll get to it. Michael Martin, zero problem with those comments. Yeah, exactly. Michael, I know, is a big hoops head and sports fan, and I've covered basketball. See, this women's basketball coverage, for anybody who's finding me new, is new to me too. Like, I'm a basketball fan my whole life, so basketball coverage is not new to me. And I'm not, like, ignorant when it comes to women's hoops, but I did not, full disclosure, did not cover it closely until recently when it sort of chose me. In the midst of this, and I saw the viewership that came in, and I saw the demand, and I realized, there's not as much supply, and I just found it fascinating. Like, this is something that's happening in real time versus LeBron's at the Cavs game today, right? And everybody and their mother is going to go, LeBron's at the Cavs game, what does it mean? And we've done that 100 million times already. This is new. It's fresh and exciting. But as somebody who's covered basketball and sports my whole life, I've seen much worse comments from a coach about a player than that. I didn't take that as even negative. I think the intent there was positive. Kevin Talley says, did you see Lisa Bluder just announced her retirement? I did see that, excuse me. For those who didn't see it, Iowa's coach, Lisa Bluder, has announced her retirement. I guess now former coach. I mean, good timing. Yeah, good timing. Caitlin Clark is headed to the WNBA. So that's good timing. Sweet Cereal says it's only 2 preseason games. Let's wait and see. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Very much agree. So many comments. It's hard for me to keep track. Some of y'all are going to have to join the WWR or hit up the super chats. I used to be able to get to all the comments. I'll do my best. And you don't have to pay to get your comment read. I will still read comments that aren't paid, but I'm saying if you want to guarantee it, it's getting harder and harder because there are so many damn comments in the chat right now. Corey Ford, my Aces tickets sold out tomorrow. Kate Martin made the Team 2. It was announced on Fox 5 Local News Vegas. Yeah, the Aces, all these teams are benefiting, but I did see the Kate Martin thing. I have a shout out to my beat reporter. I got a beat reporter named, I think his name is Michael Scherer. He's on Instagram, and he's sending me these news bites every day. And he did send me that a couple days ago about Kate Martin. But, the Aces, Asia Wilson got her shoe deal. I got a video about that if you guys want to check it out a little earlier on the channel. Mara8591 says sub 2 weeks ago. Yeah, people have to chill out on Coach Christie, in my opinion. Give them about 10 days into the season, right? Something like that. At least a game. Can we have a game, one real game that counts? Not the games that are meant to work out the kinks. Kayla Mendenhall, I just joined, but people definitely took what she said too far. Exactly. Again, and I mean this respectfully. I'm never going to alienate. I don't want to alienate anybody. I want everybody welcome here. I want everybody having fun. I want everybody participating in the discussion. But I see it because I've seen it before. Like I said with Jeremy Lin fans, it's the Caitlin Clark fans who were not basketball fans and are just Caitlin Clark fans. So they're like sticking up for Caitlin Clark no matter what happens. And like you say something, bah. You said something about Caitlin, bah. You know, like, and it's like, relax. She's gonna be fine. She don't need you to, like, it's great that she has your support, but you know. Jonathan Palbicki says, you did whether intentional or not, and I'm not just a CC fan. You just made an assumption about your people here. I'm a lifelong athlete. Your lecturing might drive me away. Am I lecturing or am I giving you my opinion? Look, there's no such thing as a monolith, right? Like, not all Caitlin Clark fans are the same. Not all people of different races and ethnic groups and backgrounds are the same. So when you paint with a broad brush, of course, there are going to be individuals who are not a part of that. I don't know. I said this would be my advice. I said this is my interpretation of the situation. This is my analysis. You can take it as lecturing if you want. I'm not going to. I want everybody here. I want you to come back. I don't want you to go anywhere. But I'm not going to back off what I think or what I say either. Like, that's just who I am. And we can go back and forth. Like, you want to counter what I say? I will take your counter, and then we'll volley, we'll serve. But I'm not going to, back off what I say unless I'm wrong, and I'm admitted I'm wrong. Kyle C says Sides should be fired for her play. She lost the game against Dallas and almost at Atlanta. Preseason games, guys. Let's see. And I'm not saying Sides is untouchable for the whole season. I'm not saying that. We got some super chats. AJ Schreiber, Robin, don't forget to plug the fan forum. So there is a Facebook fan page too. Let's see if I can drop these links. Let me get the membership link. Actually, could you guys do that for me? Oh, you said you were having trouble dropping it. I dropped it in Facebook, but I'll drop if I can find it real quick. It's hard while I'm like, doing a show and everything, because I don't want to interrupt the show. And like sometimes navigating Facebook on a desktop is hard. I do it on my phone. Where are my groups? I'll have to do it. Here we go, groups. Let's see if I can find the link. Boom, boom. All right, I'm going to drop this in the chat. This is for the Facebook group. Okay, so if you want to join the fan forum, you can help produce over there. And then let me find the membership link while I'm at it so you guys can join the WWR if you'd like to. We're growing. We're getting bigger all the time. Obviously, this channel is getting bigger all the time. Well, we're going to find some real cool perks for you guys. I promise. Like, I wouldn't do that, and just like take your money and not figure that out. I will. In the meantime, you get early access to videos, your own emojis, the badge. I'm going to start. I think Sean was the first one I said I would print out his face. Maybe I'll put that out there. And then Kevin says, super chat people. And that would be helpful. If you want to get your comments read for sure, that's a good way to do it. Kevin and AJ, I owe them an endless amount of thank you. They have helped build this channel. They really these guys are fans, right? They're fans. And, but I could tell what they were about and I could feel the vibes and they were good vibes. So we got a group text going on now, right? Like, and they're members of the Robin Lundberg Show staff, Kevin Talley says Sides should probably be careful about what she airs out to the press, though. Good coach, though. I've seen plenty of stuff that's so much worse to the press. She didn't say anything. Vadamoni says she got to have good results playing 30 minutes per game on her starters versus third strings. Almost lost that game. I mean, the Fever had the number one pick for a reason, no? I think like they had the number one pick for a reason. So, yeah, they had the number one pick for a reason. I wouldn't overreact to that too much. Kyle sees has not invested in the woke NBA, WNBA. Okay, why you hear that, man? And what's woke about it? Corey Ford says Indiana Fever head coach job is on the line if Fever don't make the playoffs this year. Jonathan Palpicki is back. He says, I'm literally listening to a very knowledgeable dude. It's a precise opposite take as yourself. That is fair, but my guy is more entertaining. Okay, then go listen to him. I mean, I think I'm very entertaining too. There's obviously a reason a lot of people are in here. You can disagree with me. That's fine. Let's just not condescend. We can always disagree. I got no problem. I like arguing in a good-natured, spirited way. It's fun. David Barbarina says you are dissing CC fans, dude. Go back and listen to what you said. No, I'm not. I'm not dissing them. It's amazing. The level of support she has is amazing. I've come out and said she deserves all the attention and accolades she's getting because she's different than everybody else. She is more exciting to watch than everybody else. She draws in more people than anybody else. I'm just telling you, I think it is a little extra to be going for the coach's head after those comments in a preseason game. And I've seen it before. And there's nothing against it. If like you're a Caitlin Clark fan, I have no problem with you just being a Caitlin Clark fan. You can root for, like, whatever you like. I got no problems with it. But I've seen the pattern, like I said, with Jeremy Lin fans in the past, where you might have a group that is all rooted in, and the origin is from rooting and supporting a specific player and not a team or not a sport before that. And therefore, like, is sticking up at every point for that player. That doesn't apply to everybody. You're not doing it, don't feel a way about it. And I'm not dissing anyone. I would never disrespect people who are coming to me for content. But again, I'm going to tell you what I think too. So you have to, that's like a mutual respect thing. I'll never disrespect you. It's certainly not intentionally. If I do and something hurts your feeling, let me know. Because I don't want that. But I'm also not going to back off what I say. TK Locke says, I'm a fan of the WNBA and the NBA. I've been a fan of the WNBA since they was born in 1997. Oh, man. I literally am now trying to make it through the comments. Michael Martin has joined the Facebook group. He's a member, right? Yeah, Michael Martin's already a member of the WWR. He's now joined that Facebook group. The Facebook group is basically, you want to help produce the show. You can keep the discussion going after the show. But Pat Cat says, I don't understand why you keep missing the point. No one is upset a coach has an opinion. Only that critique comments belong in private, not in the media. Again, I've seen this a million times. A million times. Where a coach has said something similar about a player, a star player too. So I just, she was answering a question. I don't know what to tell you. I didn't think it was a big deal. That's all I can say. I personally, Robin Lundberg, longtime media veteran who has worked in sports media for 20-something years, did not think it was a big deal. Nancy says, the media is creating an issue that doesn't exist. Sides should be able to make comments about a rookie player learning new moves. See, I don't know how much, if this is the media, though. Partially it is the media seeing the engagement and stuff that comes with that. But also, in this instance, I think it is, what am I trying to say? The fans. I mean, I really do. I saw the comments. I read, and I saw the reason I did the video in the first place is because of fan comments, not media coverage. I feel like the media is catching up to it today. All right. It's really hard for me to get through all these comments. I'll try to I'll try to sort through them here in a second, but I did want to make sure I got to the other Caitlin Clark related topic for today, and that was the video of the coach, or the video of the no longer flying coach. The Indiana Fever were flying charter, and they were loving it. They were loving it. There was a video, I think it was Erica Wheeler, put it out on her socials. Here is the look, the real-time footage of Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever now on the chartered flight as they're all the way up.
Hey, gang. What up? Gang members. Gang members. That's gang members. Hey, we on the side of gang members. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo, we on the side of gang members. This is Nas, baby. Look at Lynn. Gang members.
So the thing that stands out to me about that is that how happy they are, you know? And think about that. How happy you would be if you were flying coach and then you got to fly charter like that. And that's like, I don't want to say life-changing, but it's certainly professional life-changing. How much better that is for you physically, how much less stressful that must be. And obviously, you know, the idea of Caitlin Clark being in an airport is nuts, right? Now, this is going to lead to some backlash. I'll prepare you for that already, because I believe only 2 teams are flying charter right now, or if flew charter for these first games, that being the Indiana Fever and the Minnesota Lynx, from my research. And here's the tough part about it. If it had just been the Indiana Fever, I think it would have been problematic and a bad look for the league. I was glad to see that the Lynx were involved too. And I understand there has to be logistics here, you know, to get it all the ducks in a row and have it run efficiently. I understand that. You know, you got to get everything cleared for takeoff before you do that. So I'm going to be patient and the benefit of the doubt and everything like that. But you know for a fact, because I saw the New York Liberty, I think they're taking a bus to their game or something. Breanna Stewart was tweeting about it. And if you recall, the New York Liberty were, I believe, having their flights chartered by the owner, Joe Tsai. And then they got in trouble with the league because they weren't supposed to do that. He was doing it, you know, because he had the means to do it and thought it was the right thing to do, I suppose. This is what she said. 2 out of 5 WNBA teams traveling today are on WNBA charters, and that's a win. It could be a bigger one if the W allowed teams who were not offered league charters to secure their own. Okay, so that's what she's referencing there. Like, why aren't you letting us secure our own charter in the meantime like we did before if you're going to allow other teams to fly charter? Now, if it had just been Clark, that would have been – look, we know it's Clark. Clark is the reason that they're taking off like that. Clark, Air Caitlin, you know, aye, Captain. Like, she's the reason. She's the impetus for this, no question. But it is still a league. There are still a lot of other talented women and players and teams, and they all deserve that perk. Again, they got to work it out. But the main thing is these things are changing, right? I played you the Skims ad before. You see the ladies out front and center. They're out front and center. Asia Wilson, shoe deal, out front and center. Caitlin Clark, obviously, all these games are about to be televised, out front and center. Now they're no longer going to be flying coach. It's only a matter of time before all the teams are on those chartered flights. At the risk of repeating myself, the W is winning right now, and that W stands for wave. They're flying in the sky. No ceilings, like the Lil Wayne mixtape. AJ says the charter thing was an issue because it could have free agency ramifications if some teams could afford it, but others couldn't. You know, I get it, AJ. I understand before. I still don't really buy into that, but I would say now that you're doing it for other teams, you could allow it to be a temporary solution, you know? Could allow it to be a temporary solution. Chris says, great white hype failure. Oh, okay. What is this? Because people are criticizing the coach and like this, you know, he says Clark got a bag, but no chips. Look, Clark is going to expand her game. You want to be on the anti-Caitlin Clark train? Do your best. Have fun. That's not a good one to be on. That's not a bandwagon I'd want to be riding is all I'm saying. And you're only in here to hate, obviously. Yeah. Only in here to hate. I'm sorry, like I didn't even mean to put that one on the screen. I'm just trying to sort through all these comments now. It's hard. It's getting hard. I'm going to need, honestly, to goodness, if you want to prioritize your comments, I'm going to need super chats or WWR membership in order to properly do that. I will still do that. You don't have to pay to comment. Trust me. But I in order to keep track, this is a thing now. Like I can feel it now. This is a wave that's happening here on this show. It's pretty incredible, to be honest with you. Thank you. Congratulations to this audience. I mean, we are going to smash the concurrent views record today. It's not even, there ain't even a conversation. So thank you. But like, yeah, in order for me to keep track of it. Sean Davis, WR is winning and we know it, LOL. Sean is the coolest. He came over from Denise Salcedo's YouTube. She has the DWO going on. And I told her this on SmackDown, where we do a SmackDown Live on her channel. Check that out if you're a wrestling fan. She's the best. But I told her, I was inspired by her DWO nickname to the WWR. And Sean came over here, and then he was commenting about it over there. And now he's back over here. So I very much appreciate Sean's participation. And he's a member, so I could get to his comment rather easily. Malik says, CC don't need criticism. Let her do her thing and shut the F up. Everybody needs criticism. Everybody does. I need criticism. Please. Constructive criticism is fine. Give it to me. I'm good at what I do. I know it. Like, nobody's going to shake my confidence in my abilities here. But can I get better? Of course. Simple as that. That's all. That's what I took it as. Right, Michael? Amy K says you'll need a moderator to start some comments for you to keep up with the lives. Yeah, I mean, we got to figure that out. I mean, I got AJ and I got Kevin. They're already helping me out. No question. Like, those guys have been integral in the process and the growth of this show. Integral. We'll do a watch party tomorrow. What time is the game tomorrow? I think it's at 7:30, right? So, I mean, it's almost perfect. I'll just keep the same start time, that 7:20 time. We can get in early. We can chop it up early. Maybe watch, we'll see how long we watch for. First half maybe, or as long as it feels right, we'll watch tomorrow. As long as it's active, live, and popping. But everybody is invited back tomorrow, of course. And I'm not done here today. Again, Malik, watch your tone, buddy. You're going to lose us. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly what I'm talking about. You're giving the example in real time. Okay? I don't want to lose anybody. I want everybody to come back. I want everybody to have a good time. You're welcome to disagree. You're welcome to disagree. You're welcome to, say I was wrong. All that stuff. But exactly what you're saying there, watch your tone or you're going to lose us CC fans, is what I meant. Like, just fans of Caitlin Clark, not basketball, not a team, whatever. And if anybody says anything, you attack. You could do it. I don't care. I mean, you could look, I'll put your comment on the screen. I'll read it. But that was the point I was making. If you disagree with my assessment of the situation, tell me why, and we'll talk about it. And I don't want to alienate anybody. I want everybody coming back. But that's what I say about being sensitive or relaxing a little bit. That's all. Oh, super chat. James Eddington. Christie Sides should be let go. She's going to ruin Caitlin. Um, look, well, let me watch with a discerning eye, right? I'm gonna watch the first few games, and I will watch from the perspective of those of you who want Christie Sides gone, okay? I will watch from that perspective. I would just recommend, can we see them play an actual game? Can we see what the team looks like in a week? You know, sometimes, so basketball is a sport where you are, I mean, that was the point Sides make, right? You make quick decisions. You are making quick split second decisions. And if you wait a beat too long, that passing lane closes. If you wait a beat too long, that defender can get there on the closeout. You know, and Clark is so uniquely talented, she can hit you with the boogie, boom, boom, and still get her shot. But I think what Sides was trying to say there is, you know, they're going to surrender some shots to you. So if you can get comfortable with those, you can really make them pay there so you can't be guarded in your other spots. And then you can really open up everything if you're in constant motion off the ball because they're always going to have to find you. That's the way I took it. And I want to go back to this guy's comment real quick because we had he was the one before. He says you're comparing Lynn to CC. Stop it. I'm not comparing Jeremy Lin to Caitlin Clark. I'm comparing Jeremy Lin's fans to Caitlin Clark fans because and they're not the same. No one's ever the same. Every single one of you is your own person in this chat. You know, your own individual with your own thoughts. Great. That's what makes the world great. But I'm comparing the phenomenon I saw with Jeremy Lin fans, and I was a Lin supporter. But I saw Lin fans who weren't Knicks fans, who weren't NBA fans, who weren't basketball fans, attacking everything around Lin if they felt it was negative for Lin. And that was the point I was making. That was the comparison. Sean Davis, Robin, you're a cool dude. Take this from someone who loves WWE, but never was really into WNBA. You have inspired me to try to get into it this year. I appreciate that, Sean. I'm getting into it too. Like, we're all inspired together. We did a WWE video, Kevin and I, over the weekend about Cody Rhodes. I dropped a WWE short today about Jey Uso, who's super popular. The shorts, on all those subjects really go up. And then Kevin and I have been doing this side series that I think is working to supplement the main, videos that we're doing here at the same time. Amy K says firing the coach after one statement this early is an overreaction, but she needs to learn how everything about CC is overanalyzed. I mean, fair enough. But again, I think that's partially the fans. I'm trying to keep up with these comments. LeVar Hollis, I agree with Coach Sides. Clark can't just stand around the three-point line anymore. It won't work in the WNBA. She went 2 for 9 last game, jacking low percentage threes. Clark has to run around off the ball more. Yeah, and that's the Steph Curry thing. It's the Steph Curry thing. Because Steph, is so deadly. I mean that. He's so deadly because he was able to dominate things when he has the ball in his hands, and he's able to dominate things when he doesn't have the ball in his hands. And constant motion, because what are you going to do when you lose Steph? You can't lose him. And Clark has been compared to Steph Curry probably more than anybody else, no? So that's part of it. Vatamoni says Coach Size has 8 returning players from last year and has no offensive system in place. Well, let's see. We don't know yet. Those were preseason games. There's a chance she didn't show the offensive system in the preseason. Vadim says CC is adjusting to a new team and the team is adjusting to her while all of them deal with the attention and likely the A game of most opponents. Yeah, that happens when you're the big dog, right? That happens. Pete P says right now Sides is eating first-class food on a charter flight courtesy of Caitlin, and she throws her under the bus. I didn't think she threw her under the bus. I did not take those comments as throwing her under the bus. That is coaching to me. AJ, WWR member, trying to keep up with the comments is a great problem to have. No doubt, man. No doubt. This is lit. This is a whole new ball game. We're in a whole new, whole new era of this show. It's official, I think. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. I'll get to as many comments after the fact as I can as well. We'll do this watch party tomorrow, 7:20 p.m. Eastern, 10 minutes before the game. So we'll lead up to the game. We'll watch the beginning of the game together at least. Watch the beginning of the game together at least. But, I mean, this is really cool, guys. Like, I really do want to thank you because, I mean, some of you are my base hardcore fans. Like, when this channel started, I know there were people that were my base hardcore fans, and that was heartwarming to me to see that support that I got. The people that found me, who used to listen to me on the radio again and all that and rallied around me. But a lot of you now in here probably had no idea who I was. And I'm super happy to have you in here as well. I'm happy to have you in here as well. Pete P followed up. Robin, cut it out. There was clear disdain on Sides' face when she spoke of. If Christie Sides has disdain towards Caitlin Clark, she's out of her mind. I'll tell you that much. I did not see that either. Jason, coaching belongs in the locker room. Guys, I've seen coaching done that way. I've seen that like a million times. It's not new. Caitlin's a big girl. She can handle it. I saw the documentary footage where she was talking her ish in the locker room. She can handle it. AJ says it's not like WWR member. That's why his comments keep coming up. It's not like the coach offered up that criticism. It was at a press conference where she was asked a question about, yeah, exactly. And she didn't take any shots at her. Caitlin looked great in that last game to me passing the ball, by the way. I thought she's so exciting to watch. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, I get it. I understand. But coaches do that all the time. Do it all the time. I mean, I just didn't see what was I mean, I guess what was so bad about what she said? I guess I just don't understand what was so bad about what she said. And remember, the season has not even started. So if this is the energy around the coach before the season is even started, she does not have a chance. She does not have a chance. Whew. Get to a few more comments. That's what I had. If anybody wants to talk about any of the other side, I didn't see anything too pressing today. I did the shorts on Jey Uso, which you can catch that one. Kendrick, Lamar, and the Drake thing. Good thing they're not dropping any more tracks anymore because I didn't sleep for like 2 weeks because of that. What was there anything else? I mean, that was about it I saw today. This is the thing. AJ says digging the WNBA ball in the background. Yeah, it looks good, doesn't it? I like it. Looks good. I took the other one out and pumped it full of air. And now we can play with it in the driveway. Kyle Elsburn says, great knowledgeable host. Thank you, Kyle. I'm going back and forth with some of the people in here. Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate it. That's why y'all are here. Let's be real about it. I mean, it's the subject matter. I get it, but you just scroll past otherwise. Kevin Zwicker says, join the WWR if you haven't. Please do. Please do. That's the membership for the YouTube. Because I talk women's basketball, that's become the main focus of this channel. I'm hoping to have something else to announce to you guys on that front in the not too distant future. I don't want to jinx it, but looking good. On top of that, I talk wrestling, which you can see the belt in the background, and I talk some rap music. We've been separating that a little bit, either doing it at the end of the show or in the side videos or the shorts. Plus, my name is Robin, but I like the way it comes off the tongue, WWR. Yeah. Futuristic says she's trying to change Caitlin Clark into a boring player. Do we know that? Is Steph Curry a boring player? Because that was what I got out of it. That was what I got out of it. Ernesto says I had to switch it up and go to YouTube because I was commenting on Facebook and wasn't getting acknowledged. It's just opinion, people. Yeah, well, look, this is a YouTube-based show. It's where it started. I put it on Twitter, X, and Facebook as well, just because, you never know where people are. But the best way to support me is by doing this on YouTube. Mo Palmer says, you don't find it funny that all these people are being humiliated right now? Pop culture, period. What do you mean? Drake? Are you talking about Drake? Because that's the person I'm seeing being humiliated. Who else is being humiliated right now? I don't know. Drake is being humiliated. If you didn't see, Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us is the #1 song in the country right now. Peace, Love, and Dog says it's very weird. People are pressed about Coach Sides. I was going back and forth with Jonathan. He said, you don't have to change anything, Robin, but I will keep commenting. You are welcome. Thank you. Yeah, more comments, the better. I got no problem. You could, again, disagree with me. Come at me respectfully. We can spar. All good. I just say, let's just don't condescend, don't insult each other. Those are basically the 2 rules. Chat rules, okay? Don't condescend, don't insult. Fair enough? Everybody cool with that? Can we get the pound through the screen? I saw somebody saying something about Melissa Smith. I wanted to get to that. Did you see CC teammate said, play your game? Yeah. Look, breaking news for you. Caitlin Clark is the heavy in this situation, right? Like, if Caitlin Clark has a problem with Christie Sides, Christie Sides has a problem. You understand? Like, that's the real truth of the matter. So, if Caitlin Clark has a problem with Christie Sides has a problem. Simple as that. Melissa Smith is a hooper. I love her game. And Caitlin Clark's going to have plenty of freedom. I think it was just, it's hard to coach Caitlin Clark too. Because she comes in, she's almost bigger than the league. Tough. Kai O Hawaii says you are correct. Side said nothing insulting or disrespectful. These bozos who think or believe otherwise are weak in mind, never take a fool seriously. I mean, again, no insulting, okay? No condescending, no insulting. I get your point, but I'm trying not to. I get the insults. I'm trying not to insult back. Somebody said I was lecturing because I'm telling you what I think, but let's not insult the other side either. Gianni Trieste says Sides' abrupt manner and speech resembles that. Whoa, see, why would you say this? It's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, why would you say that? Like, what? You could say I disagree with her. I didn't like her tone, whatever. I didn't like her sense. But why the insults? Why make it personal? Because she said something about a basketball player that was a knock. That's what I'm talking about. My goodness. AJ says 95% of the people in this room didn't know who CC was 18 months ago, but now everyone knows what's in her best interest. Come on. And great effing show today, he says. Yo, AJ, man, I love you, dude. I really do. You and Kevin, I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Like, AJ reached out. I did a breakdown show when some of the stuff my stuff with Sports Illustrated didn't work out, and that was the start of this show. If you've ever followed that story in the news, what initially happened with SI was the start of this show because I was like, I'm going to do my own thing. And then we thought it might come back together. It didn't come back together for me. And it was just like a tough pill for me to swallow because I've done objectively effective work in every stop I've been. So it was like, what's going on here? And he reached out to me on the side, and we've really connected since then. And he's been helping build this, and then you guys have been here helping build this. And I say Hove is my meta. You guys can't. Let me take the. Sorry, AJ. I'm going to take the comment down for a second so you can see the 444 there. But I say Hove is my motivational speaker, and I guess it's fitting. Like Jay-Z did not get a record deal, right? Like he went to all the different labels, he didn't get a record deal. So he started his own record label. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to be my own boss. This is clearly and obviously going to be a thing, right? We see it right here. You can see it. We can feel it. So shouts to the guys that had my back from the beginning, and shouts to everybody that's coming in. Kevin Zwicker, comments getting wild. I got to start paying you guys, not the other way around, guys. But I appreciate it. But when you kickstart, we did get super chats today from the non-WWR members. We got our first super chats from the non-WWR members today. So that was cool. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, comment, and everything. I'm trying to keep up with the comments. It's getting hard here. It's getting hard. I'm really looking. There's just too many of them. Like it's honestly, getting hard to track. We got people saying all sorts of woke and redneck trailer track. Look, I'm from Lusby, Maryland, yo. I know, where I've seen some stuff. And I'm, so, man, I can't even keep track. Jonathan says, can you admit that possibly Sides is above her pay grade? Maybe. Again, yes, I will admit. I'm not saying my opinion on this cannot adapt or change. I'm not saying she's a great coach that's beyond criticism. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying it's a little early to go, out of control about it. DeAndre Fine, does Caitlin need to be taking so many logo threes? No. Caitlin can strengthen her mid-range, have a more balanced game, just be a more efficient. Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. That's what I said before. Like expand her game, grow her game. You don't want to take away what makes her special. You don't want to take away what makes her special. Mafasil Ali was sending this in on Facebook. I think he's been a fan of mine on Facebook for a long time. He's over. I think he was upset I wasn't reading his comment. Dude, you followed me for the longest time. We've gone back and forth in the messenger. No one's ever going to be left out because they can't pay or afford to pay or anything like that. I'm doing my best. I just didn't see your comments before, but there you go. Kevin Zwicker says, I'll take my payment in pennies. No, Kevin, I'm going to beat that Circle gas station. No disrespect, but we're going to beat that for you sooner rather than later. Vadamoni says her long threes allow her to force defenses to guard her where she is at. Yes. Again, Steph Curry takes long threes. He also moves without the basketball. You can do both. You can do both. John Whitman. Sides has admitted she didn't want to be a head coach. She's trying to make her wish come true. You all want her head so quickly. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I agree. Clark is bigger than the league. I agree with that. But that doesn't mean she can't. I mean, she only took layups and threes. she'll be more dangerous if she can do the rest. WWR member Michael says, hear more often. Did I miss your other comment, Michael? Did you say something before that? Because out of context, I don't quite get that one. DeAndre's back saying, I understand Christie trying to make her an even better player. She does have it. Look, I haven't seen Clark take many mid-range shots. Maybe she has it. I haven't seen it. To me, the standout things about Caitlin Clark are her deep shooting and boogie that comes along with it, and her passing. Oh, he's saying that the Jonathan Palbicki needs to be in the chat more often. Yeah, I mean, he was. I don't mind going back, like I told Jonathan. I don't mind going back and forth with him. That's cool. Look, it makes it more compelling if people disagree with me, I think, or challenge me. That's cool. You can challenge me. You can disagree with me. Just don't condescend. Don't insult. 2 rules, right, for everybody. Now, we're not going to have hate in here. We can have debate in here. Let's not have hate in here. And I think we'll all be better for it. Peace, love, and dogs. The Fever's May schedule is brutal. I hope fans stay patient because it could be a very rough start. Yeah, I mean, look, they had the number 1 pick in the draft. Right? I mean, it is different. This is not Iowa anymore for Caitlin Clark. And I think, like I've said, the WNBA is going to have to adjust to her more than she's going to have to adjust to it because she's that good. But, I mean, there is a lot that goes with that. But, this is an exciting time, guys. It's an exciting time. We'll be back with a watch party tomorrow. I mean, I almost want to keep going because I still got so many people here live in the chat. So let me plug away again. Join the WWR. It's in the chat. It should be at the top of the chat somewhere. There's a Facebook group there. WWR is the membership for this channel. We will get exclusive perks and the like. Oh, who would want to be in a fantasy football league? Well, I have a thing on the table where I could set that up if people would be willing to buy into a fantasy football league to play against me. Let me know. We're probably not going to cover NFL too much. We actually had this top, like, I'm going to stick to what has made this channel, but we can keep that as a side thing going. If people want, I think there might be a WWE championship belt that comes along with it. So let me know if you'd be into that as well, so I can figure out how to proceed there. But, this is a growing new thing. And I mean, it's legit exciting for me, like, to see something that I started from really scratch, build up to where we got thousands and thousands of people tuning in. Like tonight, we had thousands of people tune into this here program. Michael S. Is this an old animal? Michael S. You had animal. Did you change your Abby? There's a chart showing 3-point percentage compared to distance from defender. No one is anywhere close to Steph, and I would hypothesize Clark would be similar. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, again, Steph gets rid of the ball, and then exactly what Sides was saying. He's gone. You can't keep up with him. Jonathan Palbicki says, come on, the 0.5 seconds comment is nuts. It's the way CC plays. Look, I would say you shouldn't take it so literally, where it means every time 0.5 seconds. That's like the goal. That's the guiding light. And even to get into the pull-up 3, that would be the 0.5 seconds. Oh, okay, I got this matchup. I know I can get to my spot. Boom. Oh, I got this matchup. I know I can beat her off the dribble. Okay, boom. Oh, I got this matchup, but I know Aaliyah Boston's going to be open in the post here. Or, oh, I got this matchup. I know Smith can get, this mismatch over here. Winston says, this is what happens when a bunch of people who have no interest in anything basketball and came into it because Caitlin Clark is what. See, again, radicalize a bunch of people who are trying to really look. Caitlin Clark being white, I think, has probably helped to some degree. I don't think Caitlin Clark being white is the reason she's popular. I really don't. I think, again, I've said this before. I rooted for black athletes my whole life. Being a basketball fan. Is there a rabid fan base that's from her region or from a certain background? I cannot tell you that, but I can tell you I can see that there may be Caitlin Clark fans who are only Caitlin Clark fans, and that leads to a different sort of thing. Jonathan, look, this is the beauty of things, right? He says, you're taking on the mob with great gusto. Me being part of the mob, respect. Exactly. Like, look, if you get to know me, I can handle it. I can handle it. I want everybody to come back. I don't want to turn anybody away, but I'm also going to stand on my business, But I think if you look at the beginning of the show to the end of the show, just the comments with Jonathan, that's a beautiful thing to see. Tom Ross says, I won my church fantasy league, LOL. AJ Schreiber says, way to go, Tom Ross. This is dude. He says, I almost stopped watching because I'm poor. Dude, Ali, man, I will read your comments, man. Bring them in. Nobody has to pay to get their comments read. What I'm saying is, if you want to expedite your comment being read or guarantee it gets read every night, that will help because I can see those. They get starred for me. That's the way this works, right? Like, it gets starred for me if you're a WWR member. That's the way these YouTube memberships work. The comments get starred for me, so I can filter out the starred comments. It's easy to sort through those. Same thing if the super chats. And of course, it helps and supports me in this channel, which I very much appreciate. So everybody who's doing that, please continue. I very much appreciate. That doesn't mean you can't be a part of this community or you can't get your comment read if you aren't paying. Okay? There's no charge to watch these videos. There's no charge to comments. I've read a lot of comments from people that did not super chat or are not WWR members yet. So please, don't anybody feel a certain type of way, And I only am singling you out because you've commented to me before in the past, and I don't want you to feel that way. And I think he might be in the. Oh, you found him on Facebook, AJ. Thank you. I think he might be in that Facebook group. Michael Martin, stick around, folks. Robin is the best there is at what he does, and what he does is pretty nice. So I'm a little bit unlike Wolverine. Amy K says CC's color has allowed some fringe on both sides to push their agenda / politics, but hoping that is just a few who tend to scream the loudest. I think so. It makes the story more interesting, to be real with you, because you have the fact that it's a woman drawing all this attention. That's different. You have the white girl aspect of it in conjunction with what happened with Angel Reese that led a race discussion to spawn off of it. But again, I think I say this all the time. Like, this is the monolith comment, just like I'm saying about like Caitlin Clark fans. That, of course, not all Caitlin Clark fans think the same. And the white girl thing, like, I see like some of the white Caitlin Clark fans go back at, like, say, a black fan in the chat who says the white girl thing. I guarantee you the vast majority of black people are rooting for and supporting Caitlin Clark. Like, it's not those people are not speaking for black people either. Like, that's just the way the loud majority, what do they call it? The loud minority works as far as the voices online. Every day there's a new controversy about something. Usually it's something stupid every day. There are real big issues in the world for sure, but every day there's like some stupid controversy. So, oh man, this has been fun, guys. This has been fun. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good time to sign off. James Eddington Says, see you tomorrow night. Going to finish watching Monday Night Raw. I got to go catch up on Monday Night Raw. I will catch up on Monday Night Raw and react in some way, shape, or form somewhere. Richard Gass is a new commenter. Let me get him in real fast. Clark in college never took 35 shots in a single game, much less average that many. Malik says, I'm a black fan and CC color has nothing to do with it. Michael S., the animal drawing was a drawing my son drew that I was proud of. Well, you should be. That was a great drawing. Shout out to your son. I got to as many comments as I could, guys. I did the best I could here tonight to get to. Thank you for so many comments just being available to get to. We will do the watch party tomorrow night. All right, so I should be starting the show at the same time. In the meantime, if you didn't get a chance to comment, later. I'll get back to as many comments as I can. Join the WWR if you can. There's the Facebook group that AJ dropped in there, and let's go. Let's take this thing. Let's take it to the next level. Until next time, on the same Robin Lundberg channel. The balloons. Yeet.